Hey y'all, this is Gwen to be Miss to be free. I'm coming in today to just be candid and just talk about um, something that's been on my mind for the last, probably if I go back and I think about it, probably the last couple of months or so, but more so in the last couple of days. There's an epidemic going around with our black women, be it young or old. We have this hatred mentality. Um, and for me, it's so heartbreaking to see young women hating each other, breaking each other down, using social media to do that, and really not having a sisterhood. It's awful to see, it's awful to witness firsthand or secondhand. It's just awful. Um, and I say this because of things that I am privy to with my daughter, who happens to be 19. She'll be 20 in the next couple of months. And just to see it all is disheartening. And being a more than grown woman, 43 years old, and trying to talk to young women or be a listening ear for them or a shoulder for them to lean on, and just hearing more of it and seeing it and knowing all the while that all it takes is for some thinking to start, using the brain, using brain cells, and just to think before we react to things that are going on around us. You know, I've heard keep those squares out of your circle. I've heard, my circle is only this big. Really and truly, I think that when you come into being able to know other women that are on the up and up, and to know women that are motivators and encouragers, you don't see life that way. You don't see yourself as keeping your circle small, because when you have a small circle, it's hard for you to grow. When you only want to deal with certain people, you're not expanding. There's no way for you to expand your life. There's no way for you to learn from different people, to take things from a different person in order to build yourself up and move on to the next level. So there are times when I have used this saying, feed them from a long-handled spoon, but by God, don't break the spoon. When someone comes to me with he say, she say type of stuff, my first thing is I question the messenger. I question the person bringing this information to me. And then I not only have a message for them, but then the message can get back to the person that supposedly sent it. See, because what you need to understand is there are people out there that will set you up, will say, well, this person said this about you, and they said that, and they said they're going to do whatever. What you need to do is at that exact moment, before you start, popping off on the person that supposedly said it, is to just think about it. Think about where you are in your life, and the things that you're wanting to accomplish, and just think about it and think about the consequences. If I say this or do that, then what consequences will be there for me once I've said or done those things? It's time to start thinking. When you reach the age of 18 and 19 years old, it is, you don't, most times you're not going to get this youthful offender type of situation. Once you have a record, it is hard to get out here and get jobs in certain professions. okay? Once you get a record, it's hard to get a job. It's hard enough to get a job with a clean record. But this message is for young women that are learning to become women and those women that are old enough to know better. Stop with the foolishness. Just stop it. And try to love other people. And the more I think about it, the things you hate about another person, usually there's some things, those same things about yourself that you need to work on. You know what I'm saying? And you know, people say, well, I don't have to like anybody. I don't have to. That's just a bald-faced lie. If you live your life, just love people. Love them in spite of this. And it's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do. But you need to understand that wasting your time hating people and this fighting and the going back and forth, that takes years off of your life. It's wasted time. And in the moment of being hostile and volatile and not, you know, caring about the next person, and you're going to say this and hurt them this way, or either you're going to lay your hands on somebody, you can potentially end your life. Is it worth it? Start thinking about what you're saying and leave the past in the past. Come on now, leave the past in the past and look forward to your future. There's an epidemic going on, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop. We talk all the time as women. Well, you know, people, black women have it hard. No, we make it hard. Some of us make it hard on ourselves. There are women out there that have a hard time complimenting each other. If you see one sister doing good, you want to drag her down, drag her name through the mud. It's this, that, and the third. It's just all of this craziness. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. I can honestly say at this very moment in my life that I don't hate anyone. I don't hate anyone. Mm-mm. And I wish that young women and those women that are supposedly grown, too old to not to say they don't know better, will start doing better. If it's none of my business, I don't want to know it. Have I always been that way? No. But if it doesn't pertain to me, if it's not life-threatening to me, I don't want to know it. Don't bring that to my front door. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. In this life, you've got to strive and do better. And to think that you only need a small circle of people to do that is a lie. It's a lie. I say this all the time, every time I get a chance to my daughter. Do better. Do better. That's all I want to talk about today.